So my name is Leo. I have been an organizer in the community for about 10 years. I identify as a trans man. I also joined the SA Leatherman back in October last year. But these past 2 months actually, I had the privilege of serving here on City Council in San Antonio, and I actually made history. I am the first trans man to hold office here. Here in San Antonio, as well as in Texas, and I bring that up because I didn't go into office, thinking about being the first one, which of course is really cool. But I also thought about the many people that are going to come after me, because this just opens the many doors for our trans community, especially during a time like this when we're being severely under attack. And to rewind, so a little about my story is I came out my senior year in high school. It was during the original bathroom bill, SB6, and I remember just wanting to coast through high school, not giving a shit about anything, graduating, wanting to pursue to be an astronaut, doing all these cool things, right? Within the bathroom bill hit, and I had to come out to my high school administrator, and his first concern was, well, what bathroom are you using? And I told him, I was like, well, I've been using the men's bathroom for the past 4 years since I was a freshman, because I just didn't care. Everybody in high school it was a bathroom. We were kids and nobody gave a shit, and to me that was really cool, because if the kids didn't care, then why is the high school administrator concerned? But again, SB6 was going around, and I guess that's just maybe what sparked his concern. And so that moment was the pivotal moment that got me into organizing in the trans community, because I had a supportive system around me. My parents were supportive, my siblings were supportive, and I had to recognize that privilege, because a lot of us don't get that. A lot of us are kicked out of our houses, a lot of us are homeless. A lot of us are just faced with a lot of shit, and so I just decided to use that privilege and step up and start getting connected with organizations here in San Antonio and across Texas. And I just got awarded, I think it was called the Trans Excellence Award by the Transgender Education Network of Texas, and it was really incredible because it was awesome to just, finally be recognized for all the things that I've done, but, it also helped me realize that I didn't get there alone. I got there through my support system, by people who supported me. And I bring that up because here in the leather community, it's predominantly white, it's predominantly cis, and it's really incredible to come into these spaces and see other non-binary and trans folks, we have a title over here who's trans, and that is fucking incredible, and we should, highlight that and, celebrate that, and, that is one thing that you can do as cis folks, cis men, is to just make sure that you're having those conversations with your trans siblings and telling them, hey, I see you, I support you, thank you for being in our space, because again, there is no LGBT without the T that a lot of cis gay men love to throw around.
Yes.
But it's y'all wouldn't have shit if it weren't for the trans community, or if it weren't for lesbians or dykes, because we were the ones stepping up. We were the ones adding barriers to the single things, and I'll get into that later. But let's see, what was the other things that I wanted to bring up? And so one of the things that I'm really working on here in San Antonio is, because I had the privilege of working on city council and working on actual policies, we're introducing an ordinance here in San Antonio called the 11, which is basically protecting our trans and most vulnerable neighbors. And it's basically just a full document that we're drafting to add more protections towards not only trans and non-binary and intersex folks, but also our immigrants, because they too are also under attack. And two bills that I want to bring up is SB8, which is the bathroom bill that they did unfortunately pass. And I bring this up because we're still dealing with gender restrooms in gay bars. And to me, that is absurd, and so I ask you, and I challenge you, what do you want to do to challenge that, you know, because that's the main reason why I don't even come to the strip anymore, is because I can't even like, you know, use the restroom, you know, in peace without, you know, men harassing me or women complaining about me being in their restroom when it's a fucking different restroom that's Spartans, you know, and so like, it's a huge contradiction, you know, and so again, I want us to just, you know, challenge that narrative and, you know, make space for your trans siblings, for women, for trans women, you know, because we owe them everything. And I think I'll just close it